I used to wear mainstream deodorant brands a lot, and it always irritated me, always irritated my skin. I always felt unsure that I should be using it. Until one day I applied deodorant and it made my skin turn it was either a green colour or a blue colour, and I was shocked. And ever since then, I have avoided deodorants, and I've even avoided fragrances, which I'll talk about in a bit. But there is also a way of handling fragrances in a healthy way. But going back to the deodorant, I was shocked. I use an organic, self-applied deodorant, which is peace in the wild. And ultimately, the smell, the feeling, is 10 times better than any spray-on deodorant. And it is funny to me, the fact that I used to try and force myself to like the spray-on deodorant, even though ultimately it is outrageous and disgusting. And it isn't nice, and it doesn't feel nice, and it doesn't make you feel, it doesn't feel good when you apply it. I've always had that thought when applying spray-on deodorant in the past, when I used to use it. Many people probably think that using a organic deodorant will be hard, because you think you would have to apply it a lot, and it would the effects would go and you would be sweaty instantly. But it's actually the opposite. I have times where I don't apply natural deodorant for a certain amount of time, and it still manages to stay. Even though I've been training, I don't have that smell. Even if I have a little bit of a sweaty appearance, the smell that I have isn't a bad smell. It's a nice smell. It's not like I just do not apply deodorant after that. I'm lazy and don't do that. Obviously, I apply deodorant, but what I'm saying is that the smell is completely different to the smell that you get after the spray-on deodorant diminishes. It's a completely different thing. The smell that I used to have after the spray-on deodorant the effects disappeared, was a disgusting smell. And it's shocking when you understand that it's actually easier to use an organic deodorant as well, and it's so much more effective. And it's so much more healthier for you, especially in the long term. So if you work out, you're basically screwed. It's similar to polyester. It will destroy you, so avoid it at all costs. Gynaecomastia is the build-up of titty fat, as I like to call it, because it makes it sound worse. But it's fat that grows in your chest or breast area. Usually they call it prebuccal, I think that's how you pronounce it, gynaecomastia, as it commonly occurs as males go through their puberty, and it basically happens with things in the world that disrupt the hormones. Gynaecomastia occurs when your hormones get disrupted. Gynaecomastia occurs when your hormones get disrupted. And there was a recent study that occurred showing that substances that are found in lavender and tea tree oil can cause this. So there's a lot of things to be careful of. And in this video, I'm basically describing that your favourite fragrances, your favourite deodorants are keeping you weak. But there are ways around it. And that is what you should be thinking and acting on, other than coping and keeping yourself weak. You don't want gyno. It looks weird, especially if you want to go on a fitness journey. You can get surgery, and I could do a separate video on gyno, as I have a small amount of gyno, definitely. There is definitely a proportion of fat on my chest area, and I'll most likely get surgery in the future. I know it's constantly in your line of view. So hopefully this won't happen to you as you take action quickly and you stop yourself from using these dangerous, harmful substances, apologies, and you try to go down a different route. And be careful of this. A lot of the big deodorant, hairspray and fragrance brands that you currently use have certain ingredients or aspects to them which are phthalates. You might have heard that word or not, but this phthalate, the meaning of a phthalate is that phthalate is harmful to the male reproductive system, and a lot of the very big brands that you might use for deodorant, fragrance or hairspray have this in them, as well as the other things that I've talked about. And phthalate is another big effect of deodorant, hairspray, fragrance. Most of the easiest ways to avoid this are to acquire perfumes or deodorants that are in glass bottles that are natural and very pure, rather than these chemicalized perfumes or deodorants to make them smell nicer, which is crazy. It is destroying your health, yet it might smell a bit nicer than the other ones. Yet women actually might like the opposite, and yet you're destroying your health from that. But yeah, there's some ways around it, that if you do use fragrance on the off chance apply it to your clothes, don't apply it to your skin. If you're wearing a nice long sleeve item, maybe applying it to the neck of the item, or applying it to different parts of the clothing item. Maybe not a thin clothing item, but a thick clothing item. But still, don't do this all the time. Do this on the off chance. Another really important thing, which I remember in school people doing because they used to cough a lot and they used to laugh about it, is avoiding inhaling it, inhaling deodorant or fragrance. Try your best to look away or do this whilst applying it to thick clothing. That's another really important thing. Do these things and it will make it better. Hopefully you can be more aware as the things I've talked about in this video. As well as deodorant, you don't want to be using it when you can use a natural deodorant that won't have any downsides or risks with it. And with deodorant, using it whilst working out, which hopefully most of you that are watching this do, it will cause even more irritation, as it will affect the skin as you sweat, and it will affect under the skin as you sweat. Similarly to wearing polyester, it can get under your skin, into your blood flow, into your bloodstream, and affect your health ultimately. So hopefully this video has distressed you to stay away from applying sprayed deodorants and start to wear organic deodorants. And with fragrances, hopefully it has made you be aware of the downsides to fragrances, and hopefully you can use it less and keep you healthy. It literally lowers your estrogen levels. It literally messes with your health. It messes with your skin, and you don't need to. You can just apply the natural deodorants. I'll put in the description about what to be aware of with these substances and what I've been talking about throughout the video of things to be careful of in your day-to-day with fragrances, with deodorants. Hopefully you can spread this. Hopefully this video has distressed you to stay away from applying sprayed deodorants and start to wear organic deodorants. And with fragrances, hopefully it has made you be aware of the downsides to fragrances, and hopefully you can use it less and keep you healthy. It literally lowers your estrogen levels. It literally messes with your health. It messes with your skin, and you don't need to. You can just apply natural deodorants. So hopefully you take this as a sign to switch it up. Have a good rest of your day. Peace out.